back at it again. So let me show you what I plan to get done today, and hopefully we'll finish most of it. One little thing won't get finished today, I know that for sure, because I need some parts. So let me show you what I got going on. Welcome to 3D Accuracy, where I'll talk about 3D printing, 3D product design, and 3D injection and die-cast mold design. Okay, yesterday evening I made it all the way to this point here, and I have just a little bit more to go to that corner and with the metal clad cable, and once I get to that corner I'm just going to let it hang until I get the three-phase panel and I know how that's going to mount and where it's going to mount and how much space it's going to take, and then I will cut this line because it's actually a loop. It's the whole entire roll goes back to the sub panel over there in the corner behind the machine, and it's just one continuous loop, comes down and goes back. So I'm going to cut the extra out of it once I know exactly where I need to cut it. So today what I want to do is get this guy nailed up there, and then I'll just let it hang, then go back and all the zip ties, cut the little ends off all the zip ties. I'll get those done, all cleaned up, and then I'll get the other strap. There's one here, I want to put another one there. Then once I have that done, then I could wire the box. I could go ahead and get these wires connected to the circuit breakers. And the last thing I have to do, which I don't have parts for, are these boxes, the receptacle boxes. I need to get some of those little twisty, I'll show you here. You know what they are. Everybody knows what these things are. I have, there you see. I have one, and it's probably not big enough, not large enough. So I have to go get some of these guys so that I can twist all the connections together, and we'll do that. Oh, and I got my little brackets. I got those already made. You see I've got 4 of these, which is what I need for putting in the cable. You see how I just bent them out of shape? This is one that just came out of the bag, and you see I had to bend them a little bit, just open them up so that I can get this to hold 2 of the this metal cladding. I want to hold 2 of them, side by side. This is not large enough to hold 2, so I just spread it open a little bit, and that way I can get, hold 2 of them like that. It works. Such a sophisticated engineering, huh? Take my vice grips and bend that a little bit. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get this finished up here. And then, it'll be nice to have this machine up and running. Of course, I still have to get the 3-phase converter is due here tomorrow. And then I have to get that mounted and all wired up. And then I got to check this air compressor. This is a new air compressor, never been used. The one over there is the same. That one was originally used with the machine, but it has a valve that needs to be replaced. So I'm going to put the new one in so I don't have to mess with it. Later on when I have time, I can go ahead and get that guy fixed up. And then I've got another working air compressor in the shop. So, one step at a time. Right now, let's get this cable up. I'll be glad to be done with the up and down the ladder stuff. Okay, let's get at it. Hey, I'm getting there. Made some progress. Have the metal clad wire up. Check this out. Okay, right now I have the 2 wires running down the wall. And I'm not going to attach those yet because I want to make sure where everything is going to sit with the 3-phase converter and the air compressor here. That air compressor is going to go right next to the machine in the corner here. But where the outlet is back there, I'm not sure. So I may want to put it behind this machine, and I just want to wait until I have the phase converter and I plan everything out before I cut this. See, because right now it's just in a loop. It was the entire roll, and I just worked it from both ends to get it up, and then at some point I'll cut one approximately here, and I'll cut one approximately here to go up into the three-phase panel. So anyway, I have all the zip ties cut off, everything up, focus, and it looks pretty good. I'm pleased with it. And got everything up there, nice and tight. The only disappointment is that I have to go back and paint. I got to paint the wall because this metal-clad wire is dirty. I'm pretty sure it's aluminum. I think Alumilite is the name of it or something. So, I got the other bracket up there. You see, I have two brackets now. So, but it's dirty. You know, when I'm trying to get it all positioned and I'm moving it around and it's rubbing on the wall, it's making marks. So I got to get that painted over. Unless I can wash it off, I'll try that first, but I don't think that's going to be the ticket. So now what I think I'm going to do is go ahead and get these guys wired. Now there is no electricity to the sub panel. It's off, and so I can safely wire it. The only thing I don't want to do is turn it on until after I get this wire cut over here and separated into two individual lines. Otherwise, I'm just making a loop, and it's going to toast it for sure. And don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. That would be a really, really, really bad thing to do. So that's the only thing I have to remember to do is don't turn the power on to the sub panel. So I'm going to go ahead and get that, and then when I go out today, I'm going to get those little twisties for the receptacle boxes so that I can get all the wires in and get those functioning. And then once I separate these two wires here, once I cut that, I know where it's going to go. I can even check those up there before I finish the three-phase portion of it. I'll see if I want to do that or not, but one step at a time. Okay, so now let's see if I can get those circuit breakers wired, and then I have that step out of the way. It's finished. Have all the wires connected to the breakers, and so that part of it's done. Now I won't close the box up yet because I have one other circuit breaker that's supposed to be here Monday, Tuesday, goes down in the bottom for the air conditioner. I ordered that, had to order that one because it's a kind of a special one. You can't find it in the stores. You got to order it online. And then I also ordered a new plug and a receptacle for the 240 volt three-phase. For the three-phase panel, I want to put a new plug on the printer, on the machine, and I've got a new receptacle that goes in the panel. So those are supposed to come Monday or Tuesday also. Yeah, but take a look at this. Well, I'm glad to have this part of it done. Now this whole group here of printers and the air compressor, 3 3D printers and 3 air compressors on the other side of the room are all connected now. And you see what I did is I just took the extra wire and I looped it and then put it in, and then on the other ones in the back I just made a little, you know, swoop so that there's a little extra line in there in case I ever need to change things or make repairs or anything like that. When the lines are too short, that's a pain in the butt, you know, because then how do you fix it? So you don't have anything to work with. But see, now this is much cleaner than it was before, where he had all these wires running all the way up this whole side going in the other direction, because this is coming in from the bottom on the right. Let's use the bottom on the right circuit breakers. This is coming in on top from the right. Okay, let's put it in all the circuit breakers right here so that you don't have a lot of crossover stuff. The one thing I wish the electrician guy would have done is on the large power cables that are coming from the main panel to the sub panel, I wish he would have had an extra 6 or 8 inches of wire in there and move this wire against the outside of the box, come up and over and then come down into the power connection. You see how he crossed them here? I wouldn't have done that. I would have had this wire outside on top come to the other side and have this one come over this way so that you don't cross, because anytime you're crossing wires, you're taking up more space, and it just makes it difficult because those big heavy wires are running right down the middle, right in between the ground connection bar and the neutral connection bar. And so it makes it difficult because anytime I want to tighten screws or do anything, I got to push that cable out of the way and try to get a screwdriver in there. Messy. You know, it would have been so easy to just put a few more inches of wire and bend it over and come up the side and then come up this way and down, and then another one over the top of that one and down to here without crossing or being too short. So anyway, worked around it. Now that it's connected and I closed the box up, when I'm done, nobody's ever going to see it except me. You know, think about it. I mean, it's not something people do. They come over to your house, they come over to your shop, and they ask, hey, can I see the inside of your electric panel? I want to see what the wiring's like. Oh, that's cool. Maybe if you're an electrician, though. I don't know. Some of you guys, if you're an electrician, I bet you wonder what's inside those panels in the electric panels sometimes. Yeah. But other people, I don't think so. Okay. I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you're ever in need of 3D product design, 3D injection mold design, 3D die-cast mold design, or 3D printed prototypes or production parts, please feel free to contact me. You can find contact information in the video description. I look forward to hearing from you and to being of service to you. Thank you for watching. As always, I appreciate it. See you on 3D Accuracy's next video.